Do you know what to do if you are injured in a car crash? You've probably seen the commercials for personal injury attorneys like Dudley DeBosier, but how do you know if you really need to seek legal counsel? Well, today, Steve DeBosier, a partner with Dudley DeBosier Injury Lawyers, is here virtually to offer us some advice. Welcome to the show, Steve.
Thank you, man. It's a great day in Louisiana, Malik. Appreciate you having me on.
Yes, such an honor to be talking to you. It's the other guy in the commercials, everybody. And, I love that we're talking about this topic today because sometimes people need an attorney, sometimes people don't. Before we talk about which cases they need one or don't need one, I want to start at the beginning, right? What are some things people need to know when they first get in a car accident?
Well, yeah, let me talk about there's a lot of reasons for lawyers, successions and things like that, business stuff. We don't do that. We do mostly car wrecks, people that get hurt, right? But what people need to realize is that there's very common injuries you see in car wrecks because you're hit from behind a lot, your head moves back and forth, your back. So we see a lot of back injuries, we see a lot of neck injuries, but also there's a lot of things that it's called TBI. It's a traumatic brain injury. And a lot of people suffer from it. And a lot of the good doctors and neurosurgeons have told me that 2 to 4% of the people that get into car wrecks, no matter how insignificant, end up with these traumatic brain injuries. Now, those are things that are long-lasting, serious problems that affect your ability to remember things, concentrate on things, headaches, lots of things like that. That, man, you got to be paying attention to that because you don't want to move on with your life and realize that you have this problem that's going on forever, and the people that are responsible for it are moving on with their life and leaving you out in the cold. I don't want that to happen to anybody.
Absolutely. So that's something to definitely make sure to do when you first get in a car crash. Check yourself for injuries. You also want to make sure you call 911 as well and make sure that you're, of course, safe. Is that the primary reason to seek legal counsel, Steve, if you are injured?
Well, correct. I mean, if you see our advertising, and most people that advertise will say we're injury lawyers. Well, if you're not injured, you don't need us, right? Because if it's for property damage, that's tough because I don't want to charge somebody to get their car fixed. That doesn't make any sense. If it's $10,000 to get your car fixed, they're only going to give you 10 grand. And if I take some of that money, you can't get your car fixed. So most of the time, insurance companies will deal with you fairly. But Malik, you had asked me the question about why should somebody hire a lawyer when they're hurt? Well, there's a lot of studies done by the insurance companies, not by us, done by the insurance companies, that people that hire a lawyer get 3.5 times more than people that don't hire a lawyer. And that's just for an average lawyer. Goodness, I mean, if you got a good lawyer, it's more than that. So
wow. There are so many different things that people need to know about if they're injured in a car accident. Luckily, you all have this playbook you all have developed that's free to the public. Tell us a little bit about that.
All right, so this is what we found out is that a lot of people get in car wrecks and they don't know what to do. And sometimes they're even trying to call us right from the scene, confused. So we did this and we got together with the Saints, and it's our injury playbook, right? You put this in your glove box, you get in a wreck, you reach for this with your insurance card, and it tells you play by play what to do when this happens to you. Table of contents and everything else, a little small writing for you guys to read. But at the end of the day, it has all the information that you need to make sure that you're protected. Now, one of the things that people don't do is because, like in New Orleans, we all know it takes a while for the police to get there. They got a lot of stuff going on. So sometimes they think, oh, I don't need to call the police because this wasn't that bad. Well, let me tell you the problem with that. If you don't call the police and you don't make a record of it, then you got to deal with insurance companies. And I know on the commercials, they say you're in good hands and we're friends and all this stuff. But that's when they're trying to sell you insurance. But when you come down to make a claim, their first questions they're going to say is, can you give us a police report? And if you don't have a police report, then they go, wonder if that really happened. And so you're already behind the 8 ball if you haven't called the police and had a report done so that you can show the insurance company this is exactly what happened. They took down the driver's information, they took down the driver's insurance information, and they have it all for them. So you need to make sure you call the police.
It's good to know. And what's interesting is that, like I said, this is something that's free to the public, this injury playbook. You all have provided us a QR code. Everybody, if you want more information about that playbook, scan that QR code. It is on your screen right here. And Steve, I want to ask you one quick question before we go to Blake. What do you think people are most surprised by when they hire an attorney when it comes to these car crashes and injuries?
Well, a lot of times they just don't understand how the system works, right? They've heard it from friends and family and whatnot, or they just don't know anything about it. But they don't realize that what we do at Deadly Devotion is we take all the hassle away from them. Right? They come to us, we get the doctors, we communicate with the doctors on their medical bills and medical treatment. We solve everything with the insurance companies because, as I told you before, look, there's some good insurance people out there, but they're not on your side. They're out there to pay you as little as possible. So we take care of all the communication with the insurance companies so you don't have to. And what I tell people, and I've been telling them now for almost 30 years, is concentrate on getting better because that's what we want. We want to see you back better and back into a life that you had before somebody made a mistake and ran a red light or did something stupid, right? I want to see people back to where they were and let us take care of all the problems to get there. And if you understand that we're going to get you 3.5 times more money than what you're going to get without a lawyer, it takes all the guesswork out of it.
Ding, ding, ding. Well, Steve, it was a pleasure to talk to you, everybody. Remember, if you want that free injury playbook, scan the QR code on your screen right now. You can also visit deadlydebulger.com for more information about the services they offer, or, of course, call 504-444-4444 for more information. We'll be right back.